As usual, this is not a tutorial. This is just messing around. So, I hope you will, and see what we are doing today. What am I doing today? And I fancy doing a new system. Let's do... Let's see if we can make Absolver's combat system. Because that was always a fun one. So, what does that require? That requires character for a start. We've already got a character, that's not too much of an issue. Character am I using here? Let's make a new level. Let's make the Absolver combat level. We'll add in some lights and everything like that. And we'll add in a landscape as well. Sweet, there we go, sorted. And then grab our player start. Because what's better than that? Game mode base, GMB, Absolver. Mate, concentrate on driving, man. I'm good. I don't, yeah, don't crash. I'm very well. Well, I say very well. I'm getting over this cold finally, so we're all good. I hope you're alright. What? I kind of just want a... Right. Let's grab a copy of this guy. See what we've got going on inside here. Oh yeah, man, I saw me. I'm like, the VFX pack is like awesome and everything, but then I've got all these spare codes, and I appreciate it, like obviously, because like it's good and stuff. But I'm just like, I don't know what to do with them. I need to do something with them, and I don't know what to do with them currently. Which is like a proper first world problem to have for sure. This will do actually. How's it going, Aaron? Are you well? We can just ignore that. So we got a character. That's what I need him to do. Sweet, yeah. Yeah, I could do. It's just like it's so much work to do raffles and stuff, and I just haven't had time. Like, right, that's what we want. That's beautiful. Input buffer works fine. This is fine. I don't want this. I want something better than this. And that is... And Absolver combat. So, what do we need? Hmm. First off, we need a way of tracking the attacks / the attacks that we already have. And that Python code was beast. Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Like, just chilling. Just testing a couple of theories that I have on a few things. So unlocked percentage. And then anim montage. Oh wait, let's add a name of the attack as well. Attack name. And then animation. So now I've got that, I can just make a data asset. Data asset. This will be PDA. I feel that I've got an awful spelling habit. Like, you'll notice, just if you look at any of my comments or like documentation, like my spelling, I type too fast. So one of my fingers always moves faster than the other, and it just makes it look like a mess. DA sword. I don't want to call it like sword attack 1. They've all got like special names, but I'm gonna have to. Attack 1. Attack name. Sword 1. Animation. Sword attack 1. That'll do. So then inside BPC, I want some variables. We want unlocked attacks. We want attacks, and then signed. PDA combat. PDA combat. Both of these need to be an array. So that bit's fine. Not really working on anything, mate, honestly. There was a combat system I played as a kid that I thought was interesting by a game that was made in Unreal Engine. It's called Absolver. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it was not so much a fighting game, it was like an open world type game, but the combat system was super unique. And of course, there's not going to be really anything on it about the combat system, which is a bit frustrating. So basically, you had attacks that you could swap in and out of your combo. So like, you could have a sword attack 1, and then your next attack would be like a low kick 2 or something. So it's like the concept itself is pretty cool, but Absolver combat. So if you think like For Honor had different sort of attacks depending on, there we go. This is probably the best. Should probably use this as a actual guide. So you had different attack sequences, and depending on what you were doing on your keyboard, or for me it was a controller, would depend on which attack you actually pulled off, and they were all from different schools. So I think this is like Drunken Fist School or something. And your enemies would also have attacks. And every time they use an attack on you, you would learn part of that attack, depending on what happened. So it's like a pretty cool setup and system. I just want to see how easy it might be to do. And then if it's fun, I might do something with it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Oh, they all had damage. I forgot that. PDA sword attack. PDA combat. That's the wrong one. Variables. What's going on here? I really should like just put a post. I mean that's oversimplifying it, but I suppose kind of, because there wasn't any directions to the combat. Like this was just where you were pressing the different attacks, but it didn't have to actually go to that direction. So like here, for instance, we're like pressing the back left or the top left one, but it's actually like a forward high attack. So it's not really directional stuff, but it is more based on your key presses. Or was it? Was it? No, I can't remember. Am I gonna have to play and buy this game again? I don't think so. And there's nothing in here for it. That's annoying. But we'll make our own. Right, so we could do. No, I feel that, mate. I feel that. So this would be assigned attacks. We would assign the sword attack one. And we can say that that was unlocked at 100. That's at 100. So that's fine. We just want to do get the percentage that we've learned the attack. That's that way. And increase attack learned. Percentage, we'll do it that way. This will be unlocked percentage plus 0.2. We set the unlocked percentage. Let's get rid of this. Like that. So then in here, let's do a custom event. Attack. Do this play montage. Get the assigned attack. Yeah, copy. Break this open. No. And then we want the animation to play in here. Go now. Yeah, component. class. We want to get a skeleton and shove that in here. So right now we're just getting the 0 index, which we'll have to change at some point soon. But for now, that'll be fine. Let's do attack. There we go. So that works. There's no input buffer set up on that attack though, I guess. Just check that. Let's see what chat's doing. Can you help me? What oh, weapon system. What kind of weapon system? Like a melee weapon system, like a gun weapon system. Like what's the crack there? Andrew, yo, how's it going, my friend? You well? I hope you will. From mate, are you good? I hope you're alright. That stutter there, but that's because of that. So now the input buffer means that I can double click and it will do 2 attacks in a row, which is perfect. But it's not increasing this because it's only getting this, so that's fine. Guns, I'm pretty sure I have a whole weapon system for guns, like on my channel. But if you want others, then like Pitchfork does weapon systems for guns. I'm pretty sure Loco's got a weapon system for guns as well, or there might just be one gun. So depends what you're after. Like, are you wanting multiple guns, one gun? I mean, I've got more assets than I can shake a stick at, honestly. My Fab store has 2.6k, like just like hundreds and hundreds of assets. For a beat'em, if you want an attachment based one, you probably want to check out Taken Grace's attachment based one. They've got an attachment based weapon system. For beat 'em ups, hack and slash hack games, the camera system they use, is it spy based? I don't know. It could be. There's a definite could be to it. Because there's a whole, like, in God of War games, when they move the camera, it sort of follows along the level rather than the actual player, depending on where you are. So yeah, it definitely could be. So let's do a custom event. And let's do receive attack. So we need to loop through this and find the attack name that equals this. If we have one, then we need to call increase attack learn percentage. And if we don't have one, see. Yeah, no, that is. Actually, I don't need this. I need to just pass in the whole thing. So we need to find the attack that's been passed in, check its name, check if we already have that. And if we do, we increase the attack learn percentage. And if we don't, then we get attacks and we add unique, which is this target, to it. Okay, let's just test that. Key event 2. DA sword attack 2. Sword 2. This is 0. Change this to throw sword. Yeah, so when you see an attack, you are checking to see if you already know the attack. And if you already know the attack, then you learn more about the attack. And if you don't, then you add it to the attacks that you're going to start learning of it. Not so much a weak and a powerful version, just more like the attack itself. On that. So we are going to do this receive attack, and then I want another debug key. 3 to do this attacks for each loop. Print string. And then get the attack name. Like so. So if I do key 2 and then key 3, that doesn't work. Debug key 2. We've got assigned attacks. The sword attack 1. Yep. So if I print that, I've got sword 1. If I press 2, I've got sword 1 and sword 2. Sweet. There we go. That does part of the job that I want. Let's have a look. You could do fire single and trigger volume. Yeah, the trigger volume would then just move along a spline or just like on a timeline to the location that you want. It's a good idea. You work 4 hours to make a gun system, but nothing works. What? What were you doing for 4 hours? I mean, so surely something would work. You can take something from it. So yeah, this wouldn't be like a weak or a heavy system. This is just learning new attacks. So here we have our sword attack 1, which is our base attack. We would then get hit with sword attack 2, and we would learn part of what's happening on that sword attack. And my AI uses AI move to, but it snaps and turning. How can I make it rotate smoothly? Orientate rotation to movement still. So you want, I want proper location motion matching, but don't know how. So you want turn in place stuff, so that when it gets there, it uses the turn in place animation. So yeah, yeah, what you're saying, Aaron, is right. Like punch, kick, punch is a combo, and then you learn punch, kick, and then punch, punch. Yeah, exactly right. But you get access only to the ones that you learn, but you can swap and change between. So this assigned attacks can be like changed and moved around between hand, which gives me PDA combat needs texture 2D, needs an icon. Yeah, very dynamic. All right, let me see if I can illustrate this a bit better. Debug key 4. We get so let's just promote this to a variable, and this will be our combat counter. Combo counter. And I'm just going to do this for a sec as a quick prototype. So when we attack, we'll do this, and we'll add it here, and then I'll add it to the combo. So that's fine. So right now, you what? Yeah, no, okay. There we go. That's fine. There's our combo, our first one. But now, if I add it using 3 and 4, killing me, computer, what are you doing? Well, it's because it's on 2. So we'll add it using 2 and 4, and now when I press it, it'll do a second combo because we've just learned that combo and added it to our character. So basically, this is our standard setup. We press number 2, it adds it to this attack thing, and then we press number 4 and it adds it to the next combo, so we can string it across. All of that will be held like in widgets where we set all this up. But for now, I just want the basics working, which they are for the most part. Except that this combo counter needs to do one. So this input buffer runs the next input. Does this, yeah, that's fine. What is the... So it's open to queue. Yeah, but that's what... so just in the combo count dynamically, that's what this does here. It's only ever doing... It's only ever looking at that. So we could do length. And then combo counter is less than or equal to, in fact, let's do the last index. Branch. True, it runs this. And then set it to be 0 if it's this. And then it runs up. The last index should work. Let's check. The last index is 0. And then 2 and 4. The last index is 1. So yeah, you can do length -1, or you can use this last index nose that gets you the last index. That is right. If I go to our details and assign attacks, it doesn't like showing you. Where are you? Yeah, that's fine. Two, 4. Okay. So that gets rid of that and does that. That's good catch though. Combo counter. So this stops us going past our max combo and the maximum assigned attack that we have, which is good. But then we need a way of increasing this combo counter. Increase combo. Just be here. And in notify, I love these things. State ANS. Absorb a combo increase. Let's do that. Receive. Notify begin. There we go. Mesh component. Let's get the owner. Get the component by class. It's called increase combo. Like so. And then I need a way of stopping that in case you don't actually combo off. Custom event. Reset combo. And then inside sword attack 1. You can just run this to the end here. And 2, 4. Yeah, so now if I double click, we get our silly sword thing. That's fine. So we can combo out, we can attack and it changes our combo dynamically. We can increase, we can receive the attack and add the attack to our attacks. And then I can add it to our assigned attacks. That's good. Now I've got to do the bit that I really hate in any game development thing. And that's widgets. I hate widgets. Alright, what do we need first? We will need a widget blueprint. WBP. Attack. Icon. And that's going to be a button. And that the image will be there, so that's not too much of an issue. Just wrap that in a canvas panel. And then we can have the text. On the text on the canvas panel. But that needs to be not hit testable. Damage text. Okay, so in here we're going to want the PDA as well. PDA combat array. And then this needs to be instance edits for expose on spawn. This is the index. Get the icon. And then set texture. So it says style. This button. It is set style. This is the part I dislike. Make button style. Make slate brush. And that's going to be hovered, pressed, disabled. And then let's do attack name. It's not even the attack name I want, it's the damage. Yeah, damage. And set text. We'll compile that. That's our attack icon. Now, so we are WBP. Attack. Ooh. Attack selection screen. Like that. Canvas panel in here. Blur in here. All right, let's see what chat's saying. I can see it in the corner of my eye. I hate doing widgets anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm with it. I dislike widgets in general. Just, that's art, man. Art is widgets are art and code. And the code bit is fine, but the art bit and the setup bit is frustrating. Very to me. But I'll pull something together, I'm sure. All right, let's see. Off topic. I've decided. Is it off topic? Oh, this is just chilling out, man. I don't think anything's off topic. I've developed a combat system based on your tutorial. Which one? Now I want adding ALS system. What do you think? Is it better way adding ALS in my project that I can plug in all the country? I would need to know which ALS system that you're looking at. You opened October on the 1st October, then I probably wouldn't use ALS at all, honestly. Like that, it's such a complex system that just doesn't have the coverage that it needs for new beginners. And it's based on like overlay states, and it's based on like blend spaces and all sorts. The gas series, I'm guessing you mean the shooter gas series, right? So is it gas times ALS that you're looking at, or is it just ALS? Is it the Polygon Hive plugin that you're looking at? Because that's like, again, something completely different. Vertical box. Do I want a I don't think I want a vertical box actually. With the Python code, did I ever have problems with it changing the end of an animation where it normally would end, it jumps back to the start? Yeah, I did, but the new code, not the new one, the code that is pasted there shouldn't have that same issue. So I got it to remove the end frame. Grid. Uniform grid. So this uniform grid yeah, that should be the code that is fine. Yeah, that's the code that I use to make the animations. So that one should be fine. Custom event. Build current items. From the original post yesterday. Oh, I see what you mean. I was gonna say I didn't post that yesterday. I posted ages ago. But no, I see what you mean. You grabbed it yesterday from the original post that I posted ages ago. Yeah, no, that one should be fine. There shouldn't be an issue with that one, like, at all. Their children for each loop. Mm. We can do this. Yeah, player. Yeah, component by class. Absolver combat and yeah, signed attacks. Create widgets. Attack icon. You silly sausage, why'd you do that? There we go. So then we add to uniform grid. Promote and promote. Get our row and increment that. More than or equal to 4. If that's true, then we get our in column row and increment that. And we set our in row to 0. Then debug key 5. Create this widget, which I've called attack selection screen. Then we close the widget if I press that again. The problem was it just reverted the last frame to the first frame. But like, I definitely fixed it. So press 2, press 4, press 5. And that's that. That's a good start. Row. Rows are across, aren't they? Columns. Oh, maybe I've got this mixed up. Uh, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, there we go. They get it mixed up. Just do these textures so that I know that these are different and they work okay. Rows of the up and down columns to the left and right. Why is that working then? Is that... This is why I hate widgets. So we plus the column, which moves it to the left or right. Yeah, no, this is right. Yeah, and this is fine. Okay, so that loads that. That's what we want. Then we want another widget. This will be the selection menu. And all of this is ooh, what is this? This is a grid panel. And I'll wrap this in a border. Can. Sweet, and I can make it custom on screen. So we do the width to be 500 and the length. So we also need to wrap this in a scroll box in case. So then the height can be 1000. So that'll fit 10 in here and 4 across at least. Just check that by doing attack icon. Why did you jump so much there? So then on this one, pretty much the exact same blueprint. EDA, combat. This will be learned. Attacks. And this is just going to be array. Let me do this for each loop. Create widget. This will be the icon. And then I can just grab all this actually. So what we can do is in attack icon, this event dispatcher on clicked. Call this when it's on clicked. So now build the current items. Bind to event on clicked. And create the sub menu. Which is this selection menu. See how that works. So press 5. It adds it to the viewport, but not. You copy the code again in the middle of running it right now. Hopefully it works. I mean, fingers crossed, man. It does save you a bunch of time. Like, the code is insane. Like, insanely complicated. Selection screen. Why are we... Custom? No, it just adds the full thing to the screen. That's a bit annoying. On click. Let's just populate it into the border, shall we? Add. There we go. 2, 4, 5. Nah, it's both of them. Sweet. That's what I want. So actually, every time that we click it, I want to clear it so it's got a new one. And then time to bind to and on clicked in here as well. Let's just do this for now. One. So I'll make sure it's not, the bind's not like going twice. It's not. Which is quite nice actually. Sweet. Okay. So what we need to do now is whichever one that's been clicked. So like if we click on number 1, I need the index of that. To be passed through. So inside, not here. Nah, there's got to be. She might not always learn its hack. Um, what am I doing? I've forgotten completely what I was doing. So this builds our current animations, which is the big one. Puts into here. When we click it, it loads back to when we click it, it loads this and loads all the attacks that we know or are learning. So if I just do the index here, and then this on clicked, we can add a parameter to it. The index. like that. That's that into here. On clicked, we can get the current index. Selected attack index. And then we can do, yeah, no, that works, that works. So then we can do assigned attacks. Yeah, copy. And then we can do attacks. Yeah, copy. Yeah, attack name. And just check if they equal each other. And if they don't equal each other, we can get assigned attacks. Set array element. There we go. Right, figured it out. Dimension 1. And this will be the new array element. Like so. That should work. Right, so 2 and 4. That's it. That's the ding dong thing I've just done. 2 adds it to our thing. 5 opens up our menu. This here. Click this. It's because we've not called it from here. Yeah, component by class. Solver. What's it called? What's the thing called? New function, because I'm a donkey. Dimension 1 is our selected attack index. This is our other index. This should go here. This should go here. And then we've got 2 learns the attack, 5 gets the attack. Press this. 5 swaps the attack. Let's go! Look at that. Nice and easy. It's taken me an hour and 10 minutes, so not as easy as I thought it would be. So now we can do this. Is our first attack. We press 2, we can learn a new attack. So now when I press 5, here's our first single attack here. I can press it and we've got our 2 new attacks. If I press on this one and then come back into the menu, this is our first attack again. So if I press on this, and I can then swap it back as well. So now we can swap and change attacks between like our combos, which is great. So if I do another attack here, sword attack 3, and change this to be that one. I can't remember what that one looks like. What does that one look like? Like that, which is absolute trash. What have I got? That'll do. And then change this to be this. Attack name will be sword 3. I've got no way of learning that yet, so let's do attacks. Sword attack 3. In fact, what we can do is sword attack 2 as well. Save me a job. So now if I press 5, click on this, I have 3 different attacks. I can swap between them at will. Let's go. But if I insert some blanks in here, I imagine that this will crash everything. No, it won't. But it doesn't like it. But that's only replacing the first one. Yeah, no, for sure. I could if I was using gas. I just don't want to use gas. The component doesn't need to know every attack. It's the same principle. The component just keeps track of the attacks that are being learned or have been learned. Doesn't keep track of every attack in the whole game. No, not at all. It keeps track of the assigned attacks because that's the ones that will be executing. Why are we replacing the first? Do I just have to make like a blank attack data asset? New function. No, 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 no. No, we're better than that. Attack icon. Right, let's just create a blank. God, I haven't played Final Fantasy in ages. Um, right, that's that. That's that. Do this. Press 5. No, it seems to still want to go to 1. Why are you going to 1? Let's do. Yeah, it's pretty much that. Right, so this dimension 1 table isn't being passed in properly. That's because it's not being passed here. And this index goes in here. That should solve the issue that we're having here. Yes. There we go. Whoa. That's good. So now all I want to do here is we run this new function here. And then oh, nice one. I appreciate you joining us. I'll take a look at that code when I've got a sec. But yeah, do it and I'll respond. I'll see what's what. But like all the animations were there, so like yeah, all the animations were made with that and didn't have that issue, I don't believe. So I'll take a look. So now running this new function over in our thing. This is the selection menu, which is here. We'll just call that here. We can bind to that, bind to on selected. Add this custom event. Then we can do build current anims. Press this, do this, it puts it here, which is what I want, but I want it back up here. So that does work. That is good, except it's just putting it in the wrong place. And the reason it's putting it in the wrong place is we're not resetting this in row and this in column. Just here. So now press 5, open up this blank one. Whoa. Daughter. That's good. That's what we want. So if I add in the input buffer that we've done, new attack starts here, add in the combo. No, make sure we get the right one. Absolver combo increase just here. Then that should go to our next attack, which is the throw sword. Which we can get rid of the silly laugh for, because that'll get annoying pretty quick. Which is the input buffer. That runs to about here. And then finally, one more. Just there. No, that's because I've not added the extra attack. God, man, what a ding dong. Right. Sword 1, sword 2. And that's this purpley bluey one. That I don't have. Okay. Sword attack freeze there. Sword attack 1. Sword attack 2. Sword attack 3. You know when things just don't like refresh properly? Don't make sense, man. Right. So we set the array element to be here. Let's check this. So that should sword attack 3, yeah. something wrong with sword attack 1, maybe. Okay, that'd be why. Because the combo increase is... Yeah, there we go. How annoying. The input buffer runs, adds it to here. And then should run the next attack here. And then should end here. So that works. So if we add in another array element, it should be pulling. Oh, it is. Just not running the animation. Right, let's try that. You what? There we go. Sweet. Well, that is on a roll, and I am outie. Whoa. So yeah, it was only a quick one, just because I haven't done anything for a little while, and I thought I'd do something. So I appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. But I want to get some food. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks everyone, and yeah, we'll try and refine this down, get it into a bit more of a good state. Like, this is just a single attack, and then we can add all sorts of different like combos to it. So once this is all working properly, you can see it all going like properly and stuff. Oh, why do I keep pressing F?